I hope you're having a fantastic day. I don't have any projects completed. I have a few started that I just am kind of slacking on, so I thought today I would do a little sit down video and just talk about some of my goals for things I want to make this year. Crochet and knit. I sat down and made a Pinterest board to kind of get some inspiration, see what kind of stuff I've already been liking and haven't really made note of. So I'm just gonna go through my list. I'll flash some pictures of like kind of my inspiration on the screen and we'll just get into it. I've been having a lot of burnout with making things, not having any ideas, so going to the internet for inspiration helps me out a lot. So at the top of my list, as usual, balaclavas. That's always my go-to when I don't know what to make. I have my balaclavas. That's like my signature thing. Balaclavas, barriers, balaclavas. We've seen them, we love them. So I definitely will make more of those, but I also want to make more like thick, like chunky yarn balaclavas. I specifically like kind of want one for myself. I might knit one. I usually always crochet, but I like how the crochet looks, so depending on the yarn I end up picking for this, I may still crochet it, but been loving balaclavas. Amazing, always. The next thing I have on my list is a hand knit beanie. I have made beanies on my Centro machine and I've crocheted beanies, but I want to do like a proper knit beanie that has decreases and just is fitted to my dome. So that is definitely on my list for this year. I've seen a lot. I believe it's called brioche stitch, where it has the two colors and it's kind of ribbed. I love those. And then I also have been loving the blanket stitch, just kind of along the edge. There's lots of cool options that I like for this, so we'll see if I actually get to that this year. Next up is I want to make more socks. I probably won't make too many pairs because it honestly hurts my hands a lot. But there's so many cool color combos you can do, and it's nice to have a small project you can go back to when you don't want to fling a whole sweater around on your lap every time that you're working on it. So I definitely want to make some more socks. And again, some bigger, cooler color schemes than I have been doing. The next thing on my list is scrunchies. I've been seeing a lot of cool knit and crochet scrunchies. I think this would be a good stash buster for me. I have a lot of small quantities of yarn. I don't really have any big quantities. I'm kind of trying to use up what I have for right now, at least. So I definitely want to make some scrunchies to add to my shop. Nice, quick, and easy, and get rid of some of that nice yarn that I just don't have enough to make a whole project out of. Next, I wrote literally any Deegan pattern. I've been following them on Instagram for a while. I love all of their patterns. I specifically would love to make one of their hat patterns or the holes sweater. I'm a little bit intimidated by the whole sweater because it seems hard, but I really like it. So that is definitely on my list of things that I want to do this year. Just any Deegan pattern. I never buy patterns. I freehand pretty much everything, so it takes a lot to convince me to buy a pattern, but I really do want to try a Deegan pattern this year. This one I really want to make. It's a sweater with the contrast seams or a blanket stitch on the edges. There's specifically this one I really like, that you can tell they made all different panels, 2 front panels, 2 back panels, and sleeve panels, and then did kind of a contrasting crochet stitch to connect them, which I really like. But I also like those cardigans where they just do blanket stitch on all the seams. I think it looks really cool, and it's a nice way to add an extra color without having to do a bunch of color changes. You're just doing them all at the end. And I've never done anything with blanket stitch, and I think it's really cute, so I'd love to do some of that. This one I really want to make. I've attempted before, but they didn't quite fit me properly. It is knit shorts. I love how they look. It's just like something about the shaping of pants. The crotch always comes out weird, and then I get frustrated, and then I don't try it again. But I also really like these knit sets where the sweater and the shorts match, and I think it's so cute, and I want them to wear in my house. So that is on my list. Also, I want to make a matching set. Next up on my list is a houseware. I would love to make some crochet curtains. I specifically have a window over my kitchen sink that I think would be great to have some crochet curtains to still be letting the light through, where I don't really need as much privacy. It goes out to my backyard, so I don't need like a full coverage curtain, and I think that these curtains are really cute, and again would be another way to use up some scrap yarn if I had a few different colors that I wanted to put together. And it would be a good opportunity to use a new stitch, because I typically use double crochets for pretty much everything, so it would be nice to learn. Next, I wrote fun, stripy, yummy colors, and that the inspiration is coming from these vests. I just love all the color schemes, and when I'm buying yarn, I always just buy green, and then when I want to make something like this, I never have any color options for it because I just have green and neutrals. And I really want to start integrating some more pops of color into my knit, because that's what I like, so I don't know why that's not what I shop for. So loving these colors. Overall, I want to use more colors and color work in my projects. I think it helps keep me inspired, keeps me interested when there's multiple colors going on. So just overall, I want to use more colors this year, because a lot of the things I make, I don't even like keep them for my own wardrobe, so I don't see any good reason why I need to be using the same color over and over again. I just don't. Is like top tier on my list. Like, I want to make this now, but again, I don't have the color variety that I would want to make this project. And I called it a granny square collage top, and I have a few different things that I'm picking inspiration from here, but basically just taking a few different granny square bases and making pretty decent sized granny squares, because I'm not making all those tiny ones. I will not put that project together, but like 4 big different multicolored granny squares for each side, and you sew them up and it makes a top. And I think they're so cool, and they look like so much more effort than they actually are. So that is like top tier on my list. I think that'd be really cool, and I actually want one for myself. I want everyone I know to have one. I want to put them in my shop. I think they're amazing, and I'm obsessed with them. Whoever came up with this idea, I love you. You're amazing. That was the last thing on my list. Honestly, this is a pretty ambitious list. A lot of the items I want to make are pretty big, and who knows if I will make them all, but this is just kind of a good way to keep me inspired, maybe hopefully give some inspiration to you if you also make things and are also in a rut with what to make. I'm making this right now, working on a balaclava with some scrap yarn, doing some fun colors inspired by all the colors I've been seeing. This is from my stash, so I don't have a ton of colors, but it's not all green, so we're getting started on that already. So thanks for watching. If you liked this video, go ahead and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Give me a comment if any of these things you mentioned you would want to see a video for with me making them. I think that would be really fun to kind of figure out the process together. And yeah, that's everything. See you next time.